Hello, everybody. Bring my microphone in closer. Hopefully you can hear me okay. There is some background music going on, but I am also going to go live on Instagram. Let me just do that. Oh my God. Let me just throw my phone around. Okay. Fun. Hello. I am going live on Instagram and YouTube. And I just want to I'm in writing, so I thought I would do a little writing live stream. I really like when other people do that. So yeah, if you have something to write, maybe you can write with me. You can hear my dog whining in the background. Who knows why she's whining? She hasn't been getting as many walks because I had surgery and I can't walk them because of the pulling, because they both pull a lot. So that means that they are both very rowdy, very opinionated. Awesome. All right, so I am just signing into my drive where I keep my writing materials. If you're writing something with us, let me know. Oops. All right, I have to minimize you or Instagram for a short period of time. To say that it's me on my phone. Let me resend it. This is the exciting content that you all want. Yeah, yes, it's me. The number was 44. I think I can tell you that now. Okay, let me go back to Instagram. I'm gonna start over actually. No one's here yet, so it's okay. All right. I'm not gonna save this on YouTube, so it's okay. Writing live stream. Okay. Hello, Instagram. I'm going live. I am writing right now. I have about an hour of free time to write before I go live with Brennan from Blooming Wild. We're going to do tarot and tea today. So if you have time in about an hour, maybe you can check that out too. We're doing some free tarot readings. But yeah, I just have an hour. I wanted to get some writing done. So I thought I would just do a writing live stream. I really like when other people do that. It really inspires me, and it's nice to see how other people set up their writing. So first step first, I'm on Google Drive. I just pulled up my first draft. So I keep my first draft all in one document because that just seems easiest to me. And then I make every chapter a heading and so on and so forth. So I just click on where I was at and I'm one thing I don't do as I'm writing my first draft is I don't read what I've already written unless I need to remember what I was writing before or a specific scene or words that I used. But even then, I just search for what I'm looking for. And then I just read that little bit. I don't read I don't reread it. I don't re-edit it. I really don't edit at all. And that's so that I can just finish the first draft and it's working. I've never done this method before. So far, I have 19,345 words. So I'm hoping to get to 20,000 words, maybe at the end of this live stream. So I just pulled up my draft. I usually write by scenes. So some people write by like word count, and I try and finish one scene at a time. Sometimes I'll do two at a time, but I typically try and get through a whole scene, which is usually for me like 800 to 2,000 words. So just kind of depends on what's going on. I'm also pulling up my master outline, which has everything. It has the like generic outline, which is like act 1, hook, opening image, setup, inciting incident, build up, act 2, act 3, all that stuff. And then I do have my chapter by chapter breakdown. And within my chapter by chapter breakdown, I also have scene by scene breakdown. So I'm usually averaging about 3 scenes a chapter, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. So I have about 3 scenes to look at. And I'm on scene 15. Yeah, I'm on scene 15. I just finished 14 yesterday. Hi, Rebecca. Doing a little writing live stream. If you have something to write, you can write with me or you can just hang out. Yeah, so I got my outline pulled up, ready to go. So I put that next to my draft, and then I pull up my character profiles. I'll show you what my character profiles look like. I love it. Spent a lot of time on them. I forgot what it's called, a website, some AI website where you take a portrait and you just kind of edit it down to what you want, and then it'll give you like a character or just a person, but I use them for my characters. I have my character basics, their name, their role, their physical description, their Enneagram personality type, which is super helpful, what powers they have, their age, and then anything else. I also have their internal conflict, which is their desire, fears, and misbeliefs, and their character development, which is usually flaws, strengths, mannerisms, what she learns. I talk about what goddess archetype they all are. So from the book, Every Woman is a Goddess, or Goddess in Every Woman by Jean Shinoda Boleyn. So I say what goddess she is in that archetype. And yeah, I have that pulled up so I can refer back to it. And what else do I have? I usually have my world building stuff pulled up too. So I'm going to be writing a scene in the village. So I pull up my little kingdom document. And that's just so I can keep track of where everything is, what words I've used to describe the location before, and kind of the lingo, because it is set in a religious setting. It's kind of a vague religion, so there are specific words for specific things that are just unique to this fictional world, and I want to make sure that I do them service. And I think that's all that I need. And then I usually have Google open because I'm always typing in stuff like uh, another word for blank. I know the word that I use the most often is softly and smiled. I guess my characters are all soft, smiley people, and I always just have such a hard time knowing how to say that without being super redundant. Okay, so I got that pulled up, and then I'm ready to write. I usually have some music on. Right now I have free background music on YouTube, but usually I do the Bridgerton pop covers, which are the like songs. Hi, we're doing a writing live stream. That was me imitating the Bridgerton soundtrack for the person that just joined. That's not what I'm gonna be doing the whole time though. I promise. Okay, so all right, time to get my space set up for writing. Since writing is kind of a spiritual experience for me too, especially because this story is about such a topic close to my heart, even though it's fictional. I like to really put myself in the space. I'm also kind of like create a space for the story so that the story kind of just lives in that space. But I use like clove incense, it's my favorite. I'm just going to set my intention for writing and also setting my intention for sharing this space for you. If you're writing with me, if you're watching the replay and writing with me, or if you're just here. Maybe not. Whenever I light incense, my dog always smells like incense. My fiance is like, "Why does Juno smell like cloves?" And I'm like, "What? That's weird." Okay, I'm gonna put this a little bit farther away so I don't inhale it the whole time. Okay. Then I have my tea, still very hot, and I do have it. I'm gonna put next to here. I usually have tea because I don't know. I feel like I need a beverage to do anything. Okay, so the scene I'm writing right now is she. So our main character Amara, she is finding out that she has powers and, and there's, like, witch trial things going on kind of. So right now, she was just told that she's a witch, and she's like, "Oh, shit. Things my life's in danger. Oh, no. What am I gonna do?" And right now she's storming out of her, like, mentor's house, and I want her to see. So right now we're in, the inciting incident has passed, but she's not to act two yet, which is typically where characters will decide to accept the challenge that they've been given. Um, this kind of follows the, like, hero's journey thing too. So right now she's like, I have this calling, I have this, um, like, information about myself, and I don't know what to do, but I'm not interested in going down this path. I'm not interested in expanding my powers. I'm not interested in any of that. So, hello, just doing a writing live stream if you have anything to write with us. So yeah, I'm gonna start by talking about my scene or writing down a little bit about my scene. Um, and just kind of mapping out what I want to happen. Typically, scenes should have an arc to them, just like a chapter has an arc to them, and just like a whole story has an arc to it. So I'm kind of right now thinking about what that miniature arc might be. So I'm just gonna start writing, and I will turn up the music a little bit. Hopefully you can hear it. Okay. And let me know if you have any questions while we're writing. I might talk to myself because I guess I talk to myself when I'm alone. Hmm, okay. Also, I wanna do more of these live streams with writing, just as a note, but I wanna plan them out. So we can maybe all write together, all share what we're writing about. I do that in the community creations group where we all write together on Wednesdays. But it'd be cool to do a couple of those a month, maybe on Instagram and YouTube. So I'll let you know when the next one is. Okay, I'm gonna get to writing. Ooh, I have cramps. Mm, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but when I was in college, there was this man who would always come to campus, and I don't know why UNM allowed him to do this, but he would stand at a certain place where there was like free speech laws or whatever, and he would just yell at women walking by and like tell them that they were going to hell because of what they were wearing. Um, and that's kind of the vibe. It's kind of the vibe of what's happening right now. Like, I want the main character to be walking through town and then see someone who's like, "Did you know that women are bad?" So that's kind of the vibe I want. It's crazy that that happened, though. So one thing that I'm really excited about with this story is Lilith is a character, so that feels really exciting. Um, yeah, and it does have the story of from Judaism where Lilith is the original woman and she's like, I'm not like here to just serve Adam and whatever he needs. And then God's like, well, that's bad. So he kicks her out. So I do have that kind of story. And Lilith is like a figure slash character in this. So I'm just really excited for that. Okay. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. I love it too. Are you writing anything, Rebecca? Or are you just chilling? I'd love to hear what you're doing. Eating lunch before work. Oh, nice. It feels like now we're like in the office together. What are you having for lunch? That's a late lunch. That's more like dinner. I bet you don't have a lot of time to eat when you're at work. Yeah, I feel like I use the same things all the time, like her mind racing, her heart beating quickly. So I'm not editing while I write the first draft, but I don't know. I know I'm going to have to really change a lot of that when I do the second draft. Just one big meal before work. Oh, Panera mac and cheese. So good. Have you ever had the tortellini? I think they took it off the menu, which makes me so mad. After I had surgery, I had a lot of Panera because their soups are really good and their pastas are pretty good too. But they didn't have tortellini, so I was mad. At least in New Mexico they did. I don't know if they did everywhere. But I know I was devastated. Maybe devastated is too strong. Very sad. I know. I feel like it's everyone's favorite. Maybe they'll bring it back. Maybe it's just a ploy to get sales up when it's back. I do have a question, if you don't mind giving any input, if you're watching the replay / Rebecca. Oh, hi. I'm doing a writing live stream before we go live for tarot and tea. Brenna's here. So my question is, I'll ask now that Brenna's here too. So when a woman is a witch in this book, she's said, let me turn the music down a little bit, She said to have the mark, which is like a spooky way to say it. Like the church will be like, oh, they have the mark of the devil, their word for devil. But the women are like, they have the mark, which is like they were blessed, they have this gift, which I think is a little bit like similar to Mist of Avalon. I haven't read it yet, but I want to. It's on my list. So much is on my list. But like they have the crescent moon mark. I know that. Or that book. I don't know. I know like a physical marking is common with this genre, but it's more like an internal mark, like their souls have been marked. Anyways, my question is it how do you feel about them using the term witch in the book? As the reader, you're like, "Oh, that's witchcraft. We know that that's a witch," but I'm not sure if I wanna use that word in the actual, book. Yeah, I'm curious to know your opinion on it. Figure a a man. Sorry. Mm. Brenna, I was just telling Rebecca and anyone watching the replay, that we had that man on campus that would come who was like a pastor, and he would yell at women passing by and say that their outfits were too slutty. Ooh, as a derogatory word. Oh, like the church might use it as like something that they say that's mean, but maybe the women don't claim it. I thought something more about the plot, but I think that word is fine. Ooh, that's cool. A cool idea would be if one of the older women of the coven, because eventually she's going to sync up with all these other ladies who have been secretly practicing and planning a rebellion against the church. It'd be cool if like one of them said the word witch, and it could be like, "You call yourself that?" And she'd be like, "Why not?" Yes, at UNM. Yes, at UNM. They would stand in the free speech zone, kind of by the sub, and they would tell women that their shorts were too short and they were going to hell. And they would say, people, yeah, they would just try and convert people by being awful. And I was like, sign me up. I think your religion sounds very fun. With the way that you're telling me I'm going to hell, I'm convinced. Actually, I'm going to write that down about the witches. I'm going to open up my other world building tab. I know UNM said it was they were allowed to do it under the free speech rules. Oh yeah, I like that. Um, oh, so there's gonna be like witch trials where it's gonna be public. Oh, actually, I have a scene in mind that I could go back to and add them being like, "You're a witch. You're a bunch of witches," and then everyone be like, "Oh no, yeah," and then ow, yeah, and then someone could use it later. Okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna write that down. Also, I said ow because laughing still hurts a little bit. Marcos has actually been very, very funny recently, which that sounds like a passive aggressive dig. Being like, oh, he's finally being funny. But he's just been, he like goes through very silly moods and he's been in a silly mood. And it's been hard because I have to try not to laugh. There's an older woman I have in mind whose name is Madge, and she's like Amara's godmother's partner, lesbians. So this is also a queer story, which I love. I think she could be the one that calls herself a witch. She's a Sagittarius. I just feel like they're more bold and fiery. The word I have in mind is the mark. So the mark is like a blessing or a gift or something. Thank you. That was really helpful. Okay. I don't know if I mentioned this while you were here, Rebecca, but Brenna and I are going live in an hour and 10 minutes. And so we're doing some tarot stuff. Actually, if you want to leave us a question here, if you can't make it, I'll screenshot it and we can pull a card for you later and just send it to you if you want. You don't have to. Okay. Oh, but Brenna, the whole reason I was bringing that up about the man who yells is because that's kind of what's happening here. Except it's allowed because it's a patriarchal town. Okay. Patriarchy sucks. Well, yeah, no worries. Saving lives is more important than tarot and tea. Do you ever get burnt out? I mean, gosh, I was looking at your schedule when you sent it to me, and oh my gosh, you work all night long and different days. So I bet that really messes up your schedule. That seems hard. Also, how's the wedding planning going? When you sent me your schedule, I saw that you had a bachelorette party, and I was like, oh, have fun. Oh, see you later, Brenna. See you in an hour and 8 minutes. Have a good snack. You are a snack. Okay. Almost no wedding planning. I'm sure because you're so busy. Also, wedding planning is hard. The venue, I think, is the thing that I'm currently upset about. It's so expensive just to get married at a place. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, that's good. I'm glad it lines up. Ooh, the venue is held. What kind of venue did you go with? We found something really cool. It's 1,500, and it's like a lodge in the mountains. So it's meant for camping, but a lot of people do weddings there. You get it from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And you just can't be like throwing a rager, but people do weddings there all the time. So, and it fits like almost 300 people, a little less, and it comes with tables and chairs. So that's the one that that I am really liking the most. And then my dad's a Mason too, so he's looking into getting a discount from the Scottish Rite Center in where we'd get married. I don't want to say it on the internet, but although I think people know where I live by now. As if anyone is really watching or going to watch the replay. Maybe. Ooh, a restaurant cabiny. That sounds nice. Are you able to dance at all or no? Otherwise, I would like to do a restaurant, but I don't know if they let you, like, move around. Ours is pretty small too. Oh, I answered that before you asked. I mean, I guess, like, what is big? But no, I don't think so. I think 50 to 75 people. Yeah. What about you? Marcos has a very big family, so it would at least always be about 30 people. Absolutely. To dancing or to big, big? Oh, all the dancing. Okay, good. I know. I love weddings because it feels like prom for adults. I went to a wedding and she had like giveaway prizes, which was really cool. I'm not doing that though. I'm like, no, no, no. The giveaway is you get to be there. Also, I don't want to do alcohol. 70. Okay. That's a good amount. That's like close friends, close family, and then a couple mediocrely close people. I was astonished. I know this is turning into a wedding live stream, but I was astonished at the amount of people who were friends. Oh, that's nice. At the amount of people who just invite themselves. Like this woman I don't even know. I met her for the first time. She's not like related to either of us. She's family of a close friend who's like family, but she lives in another country and she asked if she could come to the wedding and I was like, no. But I think I just went, oh. And everyone has opinions too. Anyways, it's also fun to plan. Stag and drags? Oh, raffles and games to fundraise for the wedding. That's cool. That's cool. So everyone has a raffle on prizes? There's so many of them. And then you have to be like, do I tell you no now or do I say yeah? And then you know it's no when you're not invited. Stag and drags. What is that? Is that like a drag show and a hunting show? I doubt that's what it is. I know. What and also amazes me is the amount of people who show up late for a wedding. I'm like, aren't you worried that you're gonna walk down the aisle at the same time as the bride? The audacity in my eyes to be late to a wedding and still go. Yeah. People. Oh, a big game night. Oh, like drags. I actually don't get it still. I think I understand the like casino-y vibes, maybe. That's really cool. I'm gonna have to look into that. You can't see it because the screen next to the incense is YouTube, but the incense smoke looks really cool. Very spooky. Okay, I'm gonna get back to it. Oh, you don't need to. That makes me feel better. Oh, because of the schedules. That makes sense. What are you doing? I won't read it so people don't know. What are you doing for your bachelorette party? Yes, I was being nosy. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Have a great time at work. Let me know if you have a tarot question and I will screenshot it. You can DM me if you do. We can always send it to you. Have a good time. Okay. Time to get some more writing done. turn up the background music. Also, I'm using the dark one. I hope it's not too similar to Harry Potter. I like it though. Like I was thinking of things that maybe could be a little different, but I like how the dark one sounds. I don't know. I think it's fine, right? Because I think a lot of stories overlap. And I saw something helpful on TikTok that said you're never gonna have the same story. Like you could have similar things that happen, similar characters, everything, but you're still not gonna write the same thing because everyone writes differently. So that helps me feel better. So, oh my gosh, I just realized I forgot to eat lunch. Now it's at the weird time where I'm like, do I eat now or do I just wait till dinner? I think eat now. I'll eat after this. Okay, sorry. Oh my gosh, Juno's being so cute. Sorry, YouTube, to be too hard to show you. Mm-hmm. Marcos and I are getting wings tonight, and I have been looking forward to it since yesterday. I'm very excited. It's buy one, get one night. We always get a lot. I try not to, though, because I really don't, not in a diet culture way, but just in a way of like trying not to eat as inflammatory. I don't need like 30 wings. Just a little bit less is fine. Okay. This scene does not feel good to me. And I've only written 200 words. It needs to be at least 500 more. There are some scenes that I just feel like Jane the Virgin when she's writing and she's like, yes, yes. And some that I just feel like it's like pulling teeth. And this is one of the pulling teeth ones. I just have to remind myself, it does not have to be good. It does not have to be good. It just has to be written, and then we can edit it later. I'm just going to walk myself through this. Okay, so what do I want to get out of this scene? This is what I do whenever I feel stuck. So why I'm writing this scene in general is to show, so she's at the crossroads right now where she doesn't know if she should, explore her powers or what. And she also doesn't know, like, she thinks it's more, right now her thought is it's more dangerous to fight back. It's more dangerous to join these women. It's more dangerous to revolt and to rebel than it would be to risk not doing that. But I want it to be clear, like I want this scene to help propel forward this idea that she has to. I want her to start to get closer to the idea, not quite yet, but like really close to the idea that it's going to become more dangerous to do nothing. And so the best option is to do something. So I want this scene. And so how I'm doing that in the scene is for her to see the passion that doesn't just come from the leaders of the town and the church, but also from all of the people around her. I want it to be like, she's going to get caught no matter what. Yeah. So that's why this scene matters. If you know Abby Emmons, she is always talking about, why does your story matter? Why is what you're writing? Why does that matter? So that's what I'm trying to do right now. See, why does it matter? So the arc of the scene is she's walking. She's like, oh, I'm so mad. And then she sees people and she's like, it's impossible not to go over because it's like on her path. So she stands at the edge and she's like, whoa. And then she sees them like saying all this BS, but it's like really scary. And she learns that people are really going to be cracking down on these new rules. And then she becomes frightened. And then something should happen. I'm going to write this in my notes. Something should happen that could almost give her away. So she knows she has powers. And the reason why they're kind of going to be stronger and like impossible to deny is because they're like earth-based powers, and the earth kind of grants out these powers to people that she knows will protect her and like honor her. And Amara is someone who ultimately would honor her. So the earth, the magic, the powers know that they're in danger because of what's happening in the town. So they are acting up and they're getting stronger. All the women who have powers in the town are going to be, it's going to be flaring up. So could she have a flare up? But I feel like I've played with that before. Maybe because her element is air. I'm thinking. Her element is air. So, and that's kind of been manifesting as like gusts of wind and like moving stuff on accident because she hasn't known she has powers. And she will get like overwhelmed and she breathes and stuff like that. So maybe, but I feel like how many times can I write about like a gust of wind? Like, then I'd be like, okay. So let me come up with other ideas. This is a good idea of when you're feeling stumped, just putting in brackets like something happens, something scary happens, like powers act out, and then to get through this. Yeah, that's what I do. I'll say they are linked to her emotion, so she has, and then shit happens, and then something happens. And everyone says, who was that? Ah. right? Does that sound good? No one's here right now. Something happens and everyone says, who was that? What was that? They think it's the dark one. See, the dark one is here with us. This is how I plan out my scenes. See, the dark one is here with us. She is angry. She is sending a message. Brothers and sisters, we must show her. If you're watching the replay and you know that I mentioned perhaps doing like a for real writing live stream that's like planned and scheduled, I won't talk as much. I promise. Then I think they should do something scary because that's what I'm trying to build here is like the mob mentality. So what would be a scary thing? So something happens. It was probably Amara, and she's like, and then, but the people who are angry are like, oh, it's the dark one. She's here. The dark one is kind of like the devil. So they're like, oh, she's here. Like, what would be a way to like get back at her? Like send a message. Setting a fire? No, because that doesn't hurt anyone else but them. You're gonna have to clean that shit up. So that's not good. But it should be scary enough, like scarier than them just getting mad. You know, so she's like, oh shit, these people are scary. I'll write a little bit more. Maybe it'll come to me. Did you know that you can't go live on TikTok unless you have 1,000 followers? What kind of BS is that? That's what I have to say. All out of tea. Tensions get higher and higher. It's hot in here. Hot in here. This music's too intense. It's like a lavender field and it's like pulsing, which feels like really intense. I'm gonna do this one, the playlist instead. Cheyenne! Hi, I'm doing a writing live stream during work. I have a little break. Cheyenne actually helped me a lot. Hi. She's the only one who's read my outline. She's the only one I would trust. I did pause my Slack notifications for an hour, but I didn't take a lunch break. That's how I'm justified. I'm just taking my lunch break from 3 to 4. Cheyenne and I worked together before, and now we work together again. I'm stuck on a scene. Oh, Cheyenne, everyone from UNM keeps popping on. Oh, I think she left. I was gonna tell the same story again. Oh, you're back. Okay, I was gonna tell you the story, or ask if you remembered when that guy, the pastor from, like, he was just like some random pastor, and he would come on and he would yell at everyone that was passing by. That's the vibe I'm going for right now. Just like a man yelling. I was telling Brenna, who I've talked to both of you about each other because you both have been teachers. Um, you both, yeah, um, yeah, you both have set boundaries. Is all I was gonna say. And she was like, "Why did they let him do that?" And I was like, "Who knows?" Right? It's right after Celine tells her that she has powers, and she's pissed, and so she's like leaving, and then she sees this group of people being mad. Are you working on anything right now? Are you working on work? Are you taking a break to write? Probably going to do more writing live streams is what I was saying, so that we can like actually sit down together. They'll be planned in advance. They won't be during work hours, and we can just write together. I thought that'd be really fun. There's anyone who wants to, which is kind of what we do in community creations, but this would be more random. No, no, no. Hello. Oh, emails. It's like we're working together. I don't know what to do. I'm so frustrated. Oh yeah, right. I'm just gonna write a something happens here. I'm gonna skip it. I love you. Bye. I'll Slack you at 4 when my lunch break's over. This is way better than the EDM meditation music. Maybe it's like a strong gust of wind. I'm going to say a gust of wind or something else for me for later. Hi, I'm doing a writing live stream. If you have something to write or work on, welcome. Or if you want to hang out, that's okay. I'm just writing and rambling. And I'll plan more writing live streams too, if you're interested in writing and you have something prepared. This was just a random spur of the moment thing. Or anything. You can work, whatever you want. I don't mean to tell you what to do. That's on anxiety for you. Okay. What's kind of cool about this is that all the women have to wear the same clothes. So it's a white blouse and white skirt. So I never have to wonder what she's wearing. She's like Steve Jobs. I wanted to call him Steven Jobs, but that doesn't feel right. Who even is Steve Jobs? Just kidding. I don't know. Rustling her skirt and stirring dust around her. Ooh, I like what I just wrote. Do you ever do that when you're writing? You like try and act out what you're writing? Right now I'm saying she's like like she's like So I'm like trying to figure out like how that would work. When I write, I was writing a couple intimate scenes, and I was like, just to see what it would be like. No, just kidding. Going past them. Yeah, what gets me is those writing cliches that people use all the time. I mean, so part of it's like they're cliches for a reason. I saw someone on TikTok say like you don't need to be as descriptive as you think you need to be. Like you don't have to rewrite the book on or like what is it? Remake the wheel or something on being creative and like describing things. Like you can just say she said. You don't have to be like she uttered, she gasped, she yelled. Like you can just say she just said it. And readers probably are not going to care, which is true, honestly. Oh, it's almost time to go. Okay, I'm going to write this paragraph and then I'll be done. It's been an hour and 2 minutes. Yeah. It's another word for disturbance. Disturbance. Disruption? What about commotion? Disruptions. Now what? That was Amara looking around. This music's actually perfect. Kind of stressful, but perfect. Oh, I have to go. Okay, I have a meeting at 4. All right. I made some good progress though. Closing that up. Go ahead and end this stream. I can be late. I can be a little late. Okay. Wow. Well, thank you so much, everyone who stuck around. I know that was rambling and meandering, but I definitely had fun, and I will keep people in the loop for whenever I do a more official, more planned writing live stream. So stay tuned for that. I am going to end